Okay. Good evening, everybody. It's an interesting evening tonight because we've switched things around and I think it's going to be better. So tonight, first of all we're doing John Harmony 21. And we will do it at this time. And if it clashes with Tony's Healing Circle, we'll do Tony's Healing Circle later as we're doing tonight, because then we don't have to rush through it to do John's Harmony. So that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So we've already got a few people. Doris, Rupert, Glynis, Maria, Haresh. Yes, Mandy, Tracy. I've got Tony with me. He's hiding. I can't see him, but he's actually here as well. So
Just saw the hand.
Come on over.
Ow.
That's it. Come on over. There you go. Just to let you know, he's still here.
I've just got a bit more hair now than I used to.
Yeah, he's grown a beard, which is good. Okay, so we're going to take a couple of questions from John, and then he's going to do his whatever exercise he wants to do, and then we're going to stop and we're going to run away because we have to change over for Tony to come in and do his piece tonight. So I hope that makes sense, and if not, well, you'll work it out. I'm sure you're all intelligent people. Okay, so let's go in and see what his lordship, well, you can see what his lordship has to say. And we bid you welcome.
Welcome, John.
Welcome.
Welcome indeed.
Good to be here. That is what is said, is it not, in such a situation? Good to be here. We're not quite certain about that. However, we will see how it all transpires. We understand you got a couple of questions that people wish to have an answer prior. Before you ask the question, however, we wish to make something clear. When we offered to do the question answer, it was around the topic of the Harmony 21 situation. Not about any kind of a question. Because if we are saying to you, you can ask questions about anything, we're going to be here all of the time. There will be a different situation for general questions. However, that is to be told later. Very good. Now we will begin with your question.
So the first question is from Sarupa, and she says, the experience of participating in Harmony 21 is so incredible. I feel I want to stay in the energy of where we've been guided to each month. I have that please don't end this feeling. Is this what be in the world and not of the world is? And is that state of feeling or being possible 24/7, or is the contrast necessary?
Yes.
Great.
Now we will answer properly. It's a very long question.
Yeah.
How you feel during the exercise of the Harmony 21 is conscious. You are choosing to be present, you are choosing to participate, and so you are consciously choosing to align for a period of time. Can you do that the whole of the time without interruption? Of course you can, except that you all think that you cannot. It's going to be too hard. What if I forget? What if something happens and I lose the link. Do you see?
Yes.
It's a state of being. It's not a state of meditation. That is the whole point. So if you know that being in the world but not of it is a state of being, you will also understand that that means that you are choosing to resonate at a frequency that is higher than mass consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
You are choosing not to be drawn into mass consciousness, rather to observe it and to respond to events, not to react to events. Do you need the contrast? No, because mass consciousness is a contrast. Do you see?
Yes.
Goodness gracious, in your world, you cannot decide to do something and sustain it for very long before someone suggests a different idea or possibility, and away you all go. There is no cohesion, there is no common approach in your world at this point. You live in chaos, not in harmony. For a long, long time, there were ethics, morals that were taught. You grew up with them. You may not agree with all of them, but they served a purpose, and that purpose was about creating community that was cohesive and caring. The moment you stopped any focus on that, the moment itself became important and not the energy of the moment, you stepped into chaos, which is why what we do with you with this Harmony 21 is more important than ever.
Yep.
Long question, long answer. Does it clarify?
Yes, it does. Very much so. Thank you.
Very good.
The second question is from me, John. It's about Mr. Trump. He appears to be wreaking havoc, but if we look under the surface, is harmony a possible outcome of what he's unconsciously prompting the world to look at and change?
Well, first of all, he does not appear to be creating havoc. He is. It's not an appearance.
No,
It's
true.
a fact. Because he has shaken everything so much. And there are people in your world that were accustomed to a way of being, were shocked, immobilized, could not believe it, or they were celebrating, cheering, because finally we're going to get this, that, or some other situation. At a personality level, at a conscious level, he believes what he is doing is going to make the America the envy of every other nation in the world. Some of his ideas initially were worth discussing. Do you see?
Yes.
We did not say implementing.
Yeah.
They were worth discussing. There is no discussion in your world now. There are unilateral edicts stating this is how it's going to be because this is how it's going to be. So the ability to have a debate, a conversation, a discussion, to learn from each other has gone.
Yep.
Is this about unconsciously creating harmony? He's not interested in harmony. He's interested in profit. And his belief in materialism is that might is right.
Yep.
Which means, even at an unconscious level, he is not there to bring harmony to the world. His role as an avatar is to sow what he is sowing for your planet to learn where does he stand.
Okay.
For people to go within themselves. What is most important? Is it community and harmony, or is it profit and might?
Yep.
Your world has been trying to do everything and pretend it's all wonderful. It's time to stop and ask, do you live in a community or do you live in a war zone?
Mm.
From where we are sitting is a war zone.
Yep.
So does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you very much. Yep. Perfect.
Therefore, as a consequence of these two answers, is there any point in trying to do Harmony 21?
Yes. There's always a point to Harmony 21.
However, that is just your opinion. What does everybody else who is listening feel?
Let us
see?
see. I do.
Is
Let
there a
us
point
see.
for the Harmony 21? Yes or no?
I'm waiting for some answers.
They're going to see.
Sarupa says absolutely. Tracy says yes. Doris says yes, absolutely. Annam says definitely. Glynis says yes, absolutely. Olive says yes. Mandy says absolutely. Amanda says yes, definitely. Haresh says yes, please continue. Omala, absolutely yes. Maria, yes, absolutely. Sally, absolutely yes. Peter Jones, yes. Elaine, hello. Tony, yes, yes, yes.
I
And what
think
did you say?
I think it's necessary because I think it's part of our planet's evolution and how we live upon it.
Exactly. It's an opportunity for your world to choose, does it stand in shadow or does it stand in light?
Mm-hmm.
There will be those, here we go. There will be those who believe that the might is right is standing in light because they are standing up and they are saying, we are the boss and you got to do what we say because we know better than anyone else. Well, of course, it's deluded, but it is their perspective and for them it's real. There will be those who will say there's no point to stand in light because we cannot win.
Mm.
There are people who do not give voice to what they believe or feel. So they are neither shadow nor light. They're kind of halfway.
Mm-hmm.
And there are those who will say absolutely because they stand in light and they stand on the light of evolution's rise, not fall.
Mm-hmm.
Everything became quite clouded because of 2 world wars. Boundaries got shifted ethically, mentally. Now you have a chance to reset the situation. Do you see?
Yes.
Very good. That was a lecture.
It was a
Do
good
we
one.
got any time now or shall we be leaving?
No, we have time. It's only 13 minutes in, and we usually use 15 for questions. So
However, rules are there to be broken in your world.
they sure are.
The point is, amazing what you can accomplish when you are aligned energetically.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see? We saved 2 minutes. We just wasted them, but we saved 2 minutes. So now let us do the alignment, the harmony balance. And what we ask you to do is we ask you to see your planet as though you are in space. You are not another planet or a rocket or any such situation. You are simply taking your consciousness into space and observing the planet itself. And as you look at it, you watch light as it moves across the surface of the earth, according to the rising and the setting of the sun. There's light and there's shadow. Light, shadow. And it moves irrespective of what you think about it or feel about it. They want you to accept in this moment that your role standing in light is not to be fixed, but to be fluid. To accept that your light will move around the earth just as the sunlight does. And that your doubt, your shadow, will move around the earth just as the darkness does. It is what it is. As you see that, as you accept that, we want you to gently allow any doubt or hesitation you may have, not anger, not hatred, doubt and hesitation. We want you to allow these to begin to float away from the planet itself. See it as a cloud rising from the surface of the planet as you are releasing doubt and hesitation. And that cloud has no harm in it. Once it leaves the earth, the matter of the earth is simply ceases to matter. You have let it go. It has no significance or importance. It will disperse as though it had never been. And as you look at the planet and you see that cloud lifting away in the center of your earth, you see a light, a pinprick initially that comes from within and that gradually becomes brighter and bigger as it begins to illuminate. The pinprick does not become bigger, the light from it does. As it begins to illuminate your planet from within. Observe. Do not join it. Do not try to control or direct it. Observe it. And in the observation, know that all is well, that all is always well.
Could I make a suggestion? I don't know if I can phrase this right, but it seems that what's happening to the planet now is the way it should have gone to 40, 50,000 years ago, when mankind first put his set.
It may have, but man changed.
Yeah.
Let us finish the meditation, please.
Oh, sorry.
And so, share the light, but do not step into it. What you have just experienced with the Tony is perfect timing, because he has asked a question that is relevant to the whole in the midst of a meditative situation that is beneficial to each of you. It adds to your understanding of why you are where you are. And so now we ask you to release your connection from space, your observation. It's your choice now. Do you accept that all is well, irrespective of appearances? Or do you choose to return to the world and step into the worry and the concern of it, because that is your choice. So as you let go of all of this and bring yourself back to your body, choose whether you step into your world or you remain of it and not tied to it. We thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Well, we'll just wait for people to come back. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. No, thank you, John and Helen.
Exactly. Unbelievable.
I'm joking, of course. I'm
I know.
joking.
I know.
So how was that?
Beautiful. Really good. He answered the 2 questions, and then he asked if we still felt that Harmony 21 was, I don't know if he said worth doing or worth going ahead with. So that's why everybody answered on the comments there with the
Okay.
guests.
Yeah.
And then he did the exercise. And then as we came out of the exercise, asked us to make a choice as to whether we wanted to be in the world or of the world and not tied to it.
Okay. Good.
Hmm. I've missed this.
Pardon?
I've missed this.
Yeah. I know. It's good. It's good. Okay. Is everybody back?
Looks like it.
I bet you've all had enough now, haven't you?
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Never.
Didn't we just
Sorry?
have sort of questions, and
Pardon?
did we have the question of the formats and could it done better?
I can't hear you, darling.
So, or could it then feedback?
Feedback on this. I thought we were doing it on yours,
Oh,
but we could have feedback on anything.
doesn't matter. And it all goes in the same soap file.
Can you let me know if you're happy with this format? I'm not saying we're going to do it every month. I might want to have 6 months off. I might not. But can you tell me if you're happy with this format? And what we're thinking of doing is, because there's been a lot of questions that aren't about Harmony 21. So what I thought of in my infinite wisdom was that we might do a kind of mini evening with John. It's not an evening, but perhaps like this, half an hour or an hour, where those questions that don't actually fit into the harmony energy can be asked of John, and he can answer them. So if you think that that might be something that you're interested in, we wouldn't do it every month. We'd do it once a quarter, and start next month, June, middle of June. If you think that's something you might be interested in, can you, John mentioned that idea. He honest to God, he doesn't, he steals everything, doesn't he?
Oh dear.
Ola and I talked about that this afternoon, and he
heard it. Oh, yeah.
Perhaps
There you
you
go.
should sue him for copyright or something.
Yeah, soon for copyright. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll go
So
well.
if people are interested, then we'll do it kind of like this. This is the easiest way. But you'd have to write and let me know that you're interested, and then I can get together a list and send everybody an email with the time and the date. It's probably going to be a Monday, simply because Mondays work best for Tony and I. Yeah, he was Earwiggins Rupa. It's probably going to be a Monday, and in that case, it's probably going to be the third Monday of the month, of the quarter, June, September, December. So if you could send me an email, please, to admin@johnthebeloved.com. That would be greatly appreciated. Until then, thank you very much, and good night.
Good night.
Good night.